Coming up, a top 10 list you're not going to agree with. Kick it. Hey, thanks to the 100 plus of you that have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscription thing, whatever you need to do, and your life will be better. Top 10 American classic rock bands. First definition of classic rock. I went with any kind of rock band from the late 70s, early 80s, around when they had their kind of heyday, so they could have formed in the 60s or something like that. I also didn't go with any kind of singer solo plus band, so you won't get your Bruce Springsteen, your Tom Petty, your Simon and Garfunkel, your Bob Seger. They won't be on this list. Also kind of the heavy metal stuff. You know, Van Halen I really consider just a rock band, but I kept off Van Halen and Kiss and groups like that. So it's the top 10 American classic rock bands. Also no new wave, no Devo or Cars or Blondie. Boy, what bands are left? I'll tell you what bands aren't going to be on it. So if you're big fans of these bands, you're not going to hear me talk about how they made the top 10. And you could already start commenting on how I am wrong. Eagles, not on it. Never a big Eagles fan. Fleetwood Mac, sorry, I know everyone loves them now, and the kids all want to get that Rumors album, I think it is. But for me, a few great songs, but that's all it is. The band Chicago, great band. He didn't make the top 10, Chicago. Leonard Skinner, ZZ Top, sorry. Toto, Jefferson Airplane, yada yada yada. Top 10 classic rock, American bands. Coming to your town. They're going to party down. Grand Funk, you didn't make the list. Well, let's start. Number 10. From Champaign, Illinois, little college town, a little over an hour away from here. I've had great times in Champaign, Illinois. Oh, the times I had in Champaign. Formed around 1967. Of course, they had Kevin Cronin, the singer that we all know with them, was kind of in the band after a while, then out of the band, then in the band again. And I think the main reason why they're number 10 and on this list is right here, High Infidelity from 1980. Don't Let 'Em Go, Keep On Loving You. It's great stuff. Of course, they also have Time for Me to Fly is another great song there. So the band, I mean, when I was a kid, this is what I'm kind of looking back at. When I was a kid, I listened to The Loop here in Chicago, listened to MET also growing up, shooting hoops in the backyard, had my little cassette AM FM radio thingy on, and what bands were they playing that causing me to have a good time, and I wasn't going to change that dial or anything like that. So number 10, classic rock American band, REO Speedwagon. Number 9, Heart, also formed in the late 60s, way over there in Seattle, Washington. The Wilson sisters, of course. 35 million records sold worldwide. People forget how big Heart was. I like the 70s Heart. Of course, I don't mind the 80s Heart. I've seen them live 2 or 3 times within the last 10 years. I never got to see them way back when, but they still put on a great show. They always kind of throw in a few Led Zeppelin songs. That's always good stuff. But this one here, this is a great one. Dreamboat Annie, of course, the title track, Dreamboat Annie. Magic Man, Crazy on You. It goes on and on with their career. You pick up any of their albums, you know, like I said, the earlier stuff's going to be more like a rock and roll type stuff. They cleaned it up, got a little more poppy in the 80s and stuff, but they're still going strong, like I said. So, number 9, classic rock American band, Heart. With over 150 million records sold worldwide. A lot of people, when we talk about what's your favorite American rock band, they always put these guys at number 1, and they're always wrong. They're great. They're number 8, Aerosmith from Boston. I would say these guys, you know, I used to own Toys in the Attic and a few of their other early ones. I never found myself playing the whole album through. That's why they didn't crack the top 5 for me. All I really need from Aerosmith is this early version of their greatest hits. Dream On, Sweet Emotion, Walk This Way, Back in the Saddle, love that one, Draw the Line. It's really all I need. I don't know what happened to them after 86, 87, but all that stuff, Ragdoll and Love in an Elevator and everything from that, it's just, bleh, what happened? What happened? If I ever do a top 5 what happened bands, Aerosmith is going to be in it, because I think they went from great to just crap. But hey, they're still number 8 just because of all their early greatness, Aerosmith. A band that has gold records, a few multi-platinum records, formed in Kansas. What are you going to name the band? I don't know. Let's name it Kansas. Well, how'd you put Kansas in front of Aerosmith? I don't know. I like Kansas songs better. I like that high-pitched vocals, harmonies, a little bit of violin. Who likes violin? Nobody. But you throw it in with this rock stuff, and it's not bad. Formed in around 1970. 1977 was Point of No Return. That's really when they kicked it into high gear. This is their hits album. This is the version of it. The Best of Kansas. Carry On Wayward Son. Dust in the Wind. Point of No Return. Play the Game Tonight. Fight Fire with Fire. I love Fight Fire with Fire. That's a great song. So Kansas. It's one of these bands that I've heard all, classic rock radio usually sucks nowadays because they only play like the few songs from every band. Get into the more deep cuts. Play Song for America. Play The Wall. Play Perfect Lover. Do something besides the same song. But anyway, so they're going to play Carry On Wayward Son or Point of No Return, and I will never turn those songs off. And as a drummer, they're really fun songs to play too. But I'll tell you, sold a lot of records here. Number 7, Kansas. Formed in 1978, a lot of people would say, oh, they're kind of like a new wave band. I threw them at the classic rocks. To me, they're too important to look over in this list of American rock bands, American classic rock bands. Number 6, The Pretenders. Formed around 1978. Around 79 to 86 are going to be all their big hits. This is from 84, Learning to Crawl, Middle of the Road, Back on the Chain Gang, Time the Avenger, My City Was Gone, 2,000 Miles. I think people don't understand, like, if you get their hits or something like that, you will be amazed at how many Pretender songs you know. Classic rock radio ignores them a lot for some stupid reason. I don't know why. They're a great rock band, a great treasure. Number 6, The Pretenders. With over 75 million records sold worldwide, people love them. This American band. They love them some, this American band. Formed in Boston, what do you call it? Hey, let's ask the guys in Kansas how we should name our band, huh? Oh, hey guys, just call it Boston. 1975-ish formed. 1976, this debut album came out. One of the best debuts ever. Every song is classic. I'm sure a lot of people got really high listening to this back then. Good old classic rock. When you think of classic rock, you think of Boston. High-pitched vocals, harmonic guitars, great stuff. Now, to me, they're kind of not, I don't say interchangeable with Kansas, but they're the same kind of thing where it's just sweet music. Why I put them low over the top. And ask me tomorrow my top 10 list, it may change. But right now I'm feeling it. Because of this record here, Third Stage, came out in 86. Amanda, We're Ready, The Launch, Cool the Engines. It just came out. And I didn't expect too much because I figured, well, they already got their debut and their second record. Didn't live up to the expectations of the debut. But Third Stage, man, this is awesome. Number 4 with over 54 million records worldwide. So you're making a good chunk of change if you're in these groups that are selling millions of records. Because even if you're getting a quarter per album sale, you're getting good. Plus your touring and your merchandise and your whatever have you, whatever. Formed in Chicago in 1972. There's a lot of early albums from Styx. They didn't really peak great until they got Tommy Shaw. Of course, nowadays it's J.Y. Young and Tommy Shaw still, cruising around Styx. They actually just put an album out that's really, really good. So, but until they got Tommy Shaw, they weren't really, I always use the word harmonic, but they really weren't as good harmonically, I guess. But this is The Grand Illusion from 1977, which is a great year for music. These guys were putting it out here. The Grand Illusion, Fooling Yourself, Come Sail Away, Come Sail Away. It's like the Midwest Chicago version of Stairway to Heaven, really. It's such a great song. Do I turn it off when I hear it on classic rock radio? It's a good question, I ask myself. Sometimes, because you do get sick. At Stairway, I'm almost 100% turning that off. It's just, there's so many more. Play Hot Dog. Play something else from Zeppelin. I digress. They're from England. We're not talking about those Brits right now. We're talking about top 10 American bands. And number 4 is Styx. With 100 million plus records sold worldwide, hands down the most dangerous band and the oldest formed band on my list, formed around 1965 from Los Angeles, California. Jim Morrison and his friends, called The Doors. The Doors, what an amazing band. People forget. You watch their early shows, and the crowd's going nuts, and the cops are on the side of the stage, and Jim's getting in trouble for this or saying this, or did he show his wee-wee? Did he not show his wee-wee? That's dangerous stuff way back then. You're done. That's a time where you get thrown to jail for that stuff. I'm telling you, The Doors. And put that aside. Put all that aside. Musically, they're awesome. I wish I had I thought I had their first album. I have it on CD, but I don't have it on LP. I need to get that first album. But even this one's not bad. Hello, I Love You. The Unknown Soldier. Oh, so good. I tell you, 5 to 1. That's another great song. This is a band that you could pick up their hits album and you'll have Light My Fire and LA Woman and all that stuff. But this is a band you really need to discover all their early albums on LP. Like I said, classic rock radio is dumb because they won't play the obscure tracks. But anyway, this is the band you need to get. Top 3, they make number 3 from Los Angeles, California, The Doors. Over 80 million records sold worldwide. And some people will hate them and, oh, they're kind of crap, whatever. No, they're classic rock icons. I threw them in the classic rock category because this is my channel. I can do what I want. Number 2, oh, I'm going to lose credibility with the hard rock people. But whatever, it's great stuff. I never turn it, well, there are a few songs I'll turn off when I hear it on the radio from their later stuff, but it's good stuff. I wish I would have seen them in their heyday-ish with my sister, but I said no. I also said no to her when she wanted to take me to see Queen. Stupid move. I could have seen Freddie Mercury. But again, we're not talking about the Brits today. We're talking about America, USA bands. Top 10. Number 2, out of San Francisco. Formed around 1973, but let's say the new era really didn't kick in until 1977 when Steve Perry joined. The guy with the golden voice. This is Escape from 1981. This is an amazing record. Don't Stop Believin'. I say out of the top 10 classic rock bands I have on my list right now, the most popular with the kids today is going to be Journey. They just played Lollapalooza. Kids are streaming their songs like crazy. Say what you want about them, but they've amazed. Like I said, 80 million plus records sold worldwide. The musicianship is great. The singing, the guy's got some good pipes. Had some good pipes. Actually, his solo album he just put out, Steve Perry, is really good. I like it. But we're talking about the classic era, the classic rock. Stone in Love, one of my favorite Journey songs. Who's Crying Now? Keep on Running. Still They Ride. Escape. Escape is a great song. Open Arms. A lot of people say it's cheesy, but it was in the movie Heavy Metal, the cartoon movie Heavy Metal. It was in a great scene too. You see cartoon boobs. Cartoon boobs will get you on this top 10 list. But I'm throwing this record out. Not a lot of people have this Journey album, and I'm telling you, go get it. Go get it, and you'll see why. They are easily within the top 10 American rock bands, classic rock bands. For me, they're number 2. Good stuff. Now, number 1. Who's going to be number 1? Anyone knows me and watch this channel, you know who I'm going to say is number 1. Keep you in suspense. Now let's do it. Over 20 million records sold worldwide from a little town about an hour and a half away from here. I don't know. I really don't go there. Rockford, Illinois. The one and the only Cheap Trick. Now you're saying, well, classic rock radio just plays like Surrender and that's the live. Well, they're stupid. They're stupid. This band. So you got your I Want You to Want Me live version. That's from the Budokan record, which is great. They sound awesome. It's a great live record. But I'm telling you, you get Heaven Tonight here, and you will get your Surrender. But you also get On Top of the World, California Man, High Roller, Taking Me Back, Heaven Tonight. These guys, I'm telling you, they're number 1 for a reason. Not a lot of people would put them on like probably their top 5 classic rock bands or American rock bands. They just won't do it. But they're wrong. For me, they're number 1. And just because they're number 1 for me means you need to check them out. This is their debut. Everyone says the Cars had a perfect debut. Boston had a perfect debut. Yes, they did. Cheap Trick had an ultra perfect debut. How about that? Oh, Candy. Oh, such a good song. Hot Love. Speak Now, Forever Hold Your Peace. The Ballad of TV Violence. Oh, this is Taxman. If you like the Beatles, those UK people, American version, Cheap Trick, is great stuff. That's like Dream Police is the album that caught me. Great album cover, song Dream Police, Way of the World, I'll Be With You Tonight, Voices. Robin Zander's voice is an American institution. And I'll tell you, the kids today, they love the record store day, the kids today. This is from last year or the year before, Out to Get You Live, 1977. Probably one of the best record store day releases ever. One of the best concerts on LP ever. There are a young, hungry Cheap Trick band kicking butt, playing, I believe they were playing in California on this album. Yes, recorded live over 4 performances as the Whiskey A Go Go in West Hollywood, June 3rd and 4th. So hot summertime, 1977. I wish I was there, but I wasn't. I was too little. My mom wouldn't let me go to California to see the rock bands when I was 6, or 5. Yeah, so. But anyway, if I was there, I'd be rocking out to the number one, USA, the number one American rock band, classic rock band, Cheap Trick. Well, that's the top 10 list. Please feel free in the comments. Tell me how right, how wrong, whether the band should have been in there, what other bands would have been rearranged. It's social media. We're all talking to each other, being social. All right, have a good one, and thanks for watching.